In order to make the Macuahuitl, you will need brown duct tape and black duct tape. The brand doesn't really matter. Just use whatever's cheap. If you want, you can use what's called fabric tape, but that's not necessary. It does add some texture to the handle, though. Either double-sided carpet tape or a different adhesive, and at least a meter of PVC pipe. Some open cell foam, and a camp mat, a foam camp mat, which can be bought at any outdoors store. Unfortunately, ours blew off the table. You will also need a pair of ratcheting cutters, which can be used to quickly and easily cut PVC pipe, a pair of scissors, and, of course, a pen or Sharpie in order to mark things you want to cut. So now you want to measure out a good length of PVC pipe. I would recommend approximately 1 meter, but it's not an exact science. Just do whatever is comfortable for you and cut it off with your ratcheting cutters. You should be able to comfortably swing and wield it. We have a tradition where we write a message on the core of our weapon, usually an inspirational quote, a proverb, or a lyric from a song. This one says, "When oppression becomes law, resistance becomes duty." So now you want to measure out your blade on your camp mat. You want to place your core right in the center, and then mark it out, cut it, and then repeat. As it turns out, it can be rather difficult to get this just right on the first try. Okay, we need to restart. But as it turns out, this is not that difficult a problem to fix. Just take a pair of scissors and trim the blades as needed so that they are almost identical in size and shape. It's okay if the edges aren't quite straight, because historically this would have been a wooden weapon made with hand tools. So now what you want to do is take your adhesive, that would be, in our case, our two-sided carpet tape, and use it to secure the two halves of your blade together and to the PVC pipe core. It's very important that this is done securely and properly, otherwise you will have problems. Now, tape each corner of the blade to make sure that the weapon stays together. So now you just need to cut out the teeth from open cell foam. They don't have to be regularly shaped. In fact, if I'm being honest, it's better if they're not. So, here is what the cutout teeth look like in my case. So next, you need to wrap the foam teeth in black duct tape. This is a very time-consuming process, but it's worth it. This is one of the steps which makes the weapon look quite good. Now that you're finished with the teeth, it's time to attach them using two-sided fabric tape. Make sure you have enough, and put some space between each tooth as you attach it to the weapon, between the two camp mat blades. Make sure that they're securely fitted so that they won't come out when you use the weapon. Now that you've finished installing the teeth very securely, you need to take your brown duct tape and tape between each of the teeth. Tape every small gap between teeth in order to make sure the weapon maintains structural integrity. Now that you're finished, you need to take the brown duct tape and wrap the entire weapon, starting by connecting the entire weapon together lengthwise. Wrapping the handle first and connecting it lengthwise with the rest of the blade creates a very strong and structurally sound weapon, and also saves duct tape as opposed to wrapping horizontally. Now, take small pieces of brown duct tape and use them to cover any remaining spots of camp mat to make the weapon look good. Now that you've finished the blade, it's time to start on the handle. The next step is to add a pommel to the weapon. I recommend cutting out a square of camp mat, cutting 4 diagonals into it with a pair of scissors, like so, then taping it onto the handle to form almost a rounded pommel. This will also offer some small amount of padding should somebody take a hit with the pommel of your weapon, although it's still probably not a good idea to hit people with it. It, of course, being the pommel. You should definitely hit people with the blade of this weapon, especially your friends. Finally, just add fabric tape on the handle area, any other decorative touches you want, and you have a completed weapon.